This is the triple Qs. Trend is your friend, people. Don't question the market. New highs. What else is there to say? I don't know. It had a little swoon, which I made. That was last Friday. I made some money on the short side. Other than that, I don't know what to say. Trend is up. Don't mess with it. There's Nvidia. Trend is up. I have my support lines drawn. If it pulls back, I'll be a buyer. It's going to go through the split on the 10th, by the way. I'm kind of thinking it's going to go down a little bit. It always does. And let me show you why. Here, let me show you why that happens. Okay, Tesla. Okay. I'm going to pull back a couple of years. And Tesla had two splits. Okay. That I can recall. And I'm going to show you guys what happened after splits. Here's the first split. You guys see where my cursor is at right here? I'm circling it kind of a third of the way from the left. See where it says this SP right here up there, SP split. So the price of the stock when it split at that time went from 167 in a matter of 4 days to 111. That's like almost like a 50% correction after the split. So they buy it before the split, sell it after the split. I don't know why it goes up before the split when they announce it. No idea why, but that's the gamification that we have these days. And here's the second split. And this one was a swoon. Here's the second split right here. I'm circling. This was a 3-4-1 split. And this one was a 5-4-1 split. NVIDIA was doing a 10-4-1 split, right? And here was the last split on 8/25/2022 on Tesla. And split happened. Stock was 320-ish. It hit about 105 about a month and a half later, 2 months later. So, split's not everything. My thing with Tesla is, I mean, it's a very interesting situation happening here, going back to 2020. You guys see this little wedge that it's kind of squeezing itself into? I'm highlighting the upper end and the lower end. There's no joke that it came in the lower end, bounced. Now it's creating this pennant, another pennant right here. I'm highlighting it for you guys. Look, I'm expecting a big move in Tesla coming up. One way or the other, I'm going to participate in it. If it's up, it'll be up. If it's down, it's down. But the bigger issue is, you guys see this wedge that is squeezing itself into. I'm highlighting the upper channel and the lower channel. I mean, this is just getting squeezed. At some point, this thing is going to either break above it and absolutely go bonkers, or break below it and absolutely go bonkers to the downside. So I will wait. I'm a patient man. 3 P's, remember? Patience, position, and planning. I showed you guys the triple Qs. Let's look at TLT. TLT broke finally out of the channel. Let's pull him back today to my channel. Here's TLT. Remember, I've been talking about, this is the 10-year inverse treasury note, 20-year inverse treasury note. Here's the channel that it's been in for months. Finally, 3 days ago, broke out. Next level of resistance, obviously, is going to be at the 200-day line, where I highlighted the light blue. And today's unemployment, the bond market did not like. It was, the job market is hotter than it expected. So it's pulling back to the breakout line, which is very normal. The failure is going to be not holding this channel and not holding the 20-day and the 50-day that I'm highlighting right here. So interesting things are developing in the bond market. If it breaks out the 200-day to the upside, which it hasn't done for a while, the lower rates may be coming. And I said it before, I'm going to say it again. When the Fed starts cutting rates, that's the day the market tops. But when that will happen, I don't know. That's the TLT, AMD. This stock is squeezing sideways, people. Are you guys watching this? Here's AMD. It's in my, by the way, I'm going to put all these on my community page, as well as my little trading account results up until 9 a.m. this morning. Go visit the community page. And I'm also putting up some polls there, which are really, really cool polls. So I like to get the pulse of you guys. Here's the 20-day highlighted. Here's the 50-day right here. What is this pattern called, right? So we kind of went up. We're going sideways. It's either a consolidation pattern, or it's a top that it's going to break down from. And here are the lines that I can draw easily. Here's the resistance line, right here. And here's the support line. I mean, if you're buying and selling AMD now. It's not the time. Here's the support line at 159, and here's the resistance line at 174. It's just going back and forth. Whichever way it breaks is the way it's going to go. Patience, just like here, people. Do you see this is exactly the almost same pattern right here? Let me just draw these lines. Here's the support line. Here's the resistance line. And what happened to AMD when it broke out? It went from 185 to about 220 in about 4 days. Those are the moves. Those are the swing trading moves. Those are the position trading moves that you guys want to follow, right? Don't be a jockey. Don't be in between, back and forth, back and forth. Who gives a shit? But what you guys need to do, have patience. Wait for the move to happen to the upside or to the downside. It has plenty of room to the upside if it breaks out, and it has plenty of room to the downside if it breaks down. I showed you guys Tesla. What else? I'm kind of getting curious about JP Morgan. It's kind of double topping here, but not much to say about it at the moment. Microsoft is doing well, all-time highs or really close to it. To me, they all have the same look, toppy look. All these, fab Magnificent Seven. They all are kind of struggling here. The RSI is struggling. Next week, please remind me to talk about bullish and bearish divergences. Let's look at some of the charts that I'm following. U is horrible. FNA is horrible. Let's eliminate that. EMN is a good chart. GameStop, we talked about it, is 27.69. For this guy's sake, hopefully stock is above 20 so we can exercise and buy those shares. Let's talk a little bit about actually Alibaba. It's down 173 today. I don't like the action. I'm long the July 80 calls that I'm down about 27% on, but the calls, not the stock. But my line is going to be drawn right at here. I'm not liking it. RSI is kind of giving up, making lower lows. I may even take a loss on it today, but that's okay. Can't win it all. MicroStrategy, pretty decent reversal today. Bitcoin must be selling off. Had an amazing move, 1,000 to about 1,700. I mean, great move. Resistance has been found here now. Here's the line. Here's the resistance line right here. Okay, well, next time it breaks through that, it's going to go higher. I mean, it's no genius to draw these lines. You guys are hopefully drawing these lines on your own comfortably. And here's the support, right? And the support kind of coincides with the 50-day average. Pretty simple trade, really. Whichever way it breaks is going to be that. Next one. Coinbase is an interesting looking chart. Pretty nice. Broke the downtrend. You guys should have been all over it at 220. It's about 250 now, or 247. But then there are some really, really interesting charts that are developing. This stock I like a lot. Bloom Energy. It's pulling back the first line of support about 15. High was 18 on high volume. 50-day is breaking through the 200-day. 200-day is turning up. Everything is going right with this. Pulling back on absolutely low volume, lower right-hand corner. I actually probably start buying it right about 15 here, 14 and a half, 15. Give it a first crack. The second buy is going to be about 13 and a half, right at the 50-day average. And then if you look at the longer term, stock is breaking out, no question. And I like the chart. There's nothing to say. There's another one. Billy is another one. It's going to be like, okay, you remember, guys, we were talking about this. There's a head and shoulder. We talked about it, right? Technical analysis. Here's the left shoulder. Here's the head. And here's the right shoulder with the neckline right here. If that breaks that, sayonara to Billy. It's one of my favorites. Used to be one of my favorites. Is Albemarle. Still watching. Testing the lower end support. If you're interested, it stopped exactly on the 3-year downtrend. Turn back down. Support at 110, 111. If you want to give it a crack back to 125, you're more than welcome to. I'll probably do it. End phase. Rolling over today. Let's look at First Solar. A lot of things got hit while Roaring Kitty. Here's one. Okay, here we go. Okay, what does this look like to you guys? Right? I mean, we'll end with this. Does this look like a flag pattern? Does it? Absolutely does, right? On huge volume, here's your flag pole. Okay, here's my, watch my cursor, right? And it's building a flag, and here's your flag. Right here. There's that. Actually, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to do this. Here's the flag. Right here, people. If that doesn't look like a flag to you guys, I don't know what it looks like. And right here. Flag, pennant, whatever you want to call it, right? So it's going back and forth. It's a flag pattern. Flag pattern. How do flag patterns end up resolving? Just like this one right here. That will resolve with upside action. So keep watching it. On the breakout, you should be all over First Solar.